फोन स्विच ऑफ लो बेटा. ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ओम शांति शांति शांति. ओम नमः पाणिनि कात्यायन पतंजलिभ्यः शब्द विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यः नमस्कारः and welcome to the 41st Sanskrit class for the beginners. In the previous class we have studied Lyapantha, Lyap, which was followed by Twanta. Twa and Lyap, as I have told you and you have also watched, are both indeclinables and very very useful in the formation of sentences and learning Sanskrit sentences and also understanding poetry, prose, etc. We will be studying many sentences in the future classes. So twa, I repeat once again, is added to verbs, and whereas lyap is added to verbs when they are preceded by prepositions, that is upasarga, a preposition plus a verbal root plus the lyap ya. Then you get, for example, anu is a preposition, anu plus bhu is a dhatu or verbal root plus lyap is ya. Anu plus bhu plus ya is equal to anubhuya. We have seen several. This is lyavanta, whereas the twanta, if you take bhu plus twa, you get it bhutva. So twa is one thing, lyap is another thing, which is called lyavanta. We are practicing from the last 2-3 classes. Today we are on page 287 and 21 words are given here, and the book shows you what are incorrect forms of lyap and what are correct forms of the lyavanta. So please, we'll read. You watch the monitor, please. Show them the monitor. Agatva is given in the left column, which is incorrect, crossed. And what is the correct one? Agatya. Why is Gatva is correct but not Agatva? Gatva is having gone, but Agatva is not the lyap form of it. Whenever there is a prefix, I have told you in the previous class, we have seen several verbs, several words, indeclinable words derived. When the preposition is there, we have to do it in the lyap only, lyavanta only. It takes ya. And what remains in the lyavanta? Very clearly shown you. Lyap, from lyap you are left with only the letter, character ya. In the twanta, ka, it disappears, twa remains. So the right form is on the right side, which is marked also as right ticked, agatya. Similarly, sangrahitva is incorrect. The correct form is on the right side, sangrahya, samgrahya. And the third one, sankalayitva, becomes sankalaya. Now the meaning is agatva is incorrect. Agatya is having come, after coming. Later we'll see sentences. Gruham agatya bhojanam karomi. After coming home, I take my food. Something like that. Agatya. Karyalayam agatya, having come to the office. Karyam karomi, I do my work. Something like that. Sangrahya, having accepted. Sankalayitva, having collected, after collecting. So the sense comes in English, in gerund form, as we have seen already, having, or you can translate by saying after collecting, after coming, having come, having accepted, etc. Prakatayitva is incorrect. The correct form is prakataya, having having advertised, after advertising or after declaring, having declared. Prakatana is declaring. Prapayitva is incorrect. The correct form, which is prapya, having got, having obtained. Dhanam prapya sukham anubhavati. Any some statement. One, after getting money, enjoys money. I mean happiness. Dhanam prapya or jnanam prapya shantim apnoti. After getting knowledge, one gets peace of mind. Jnanam prapya shantim apnoti. So prapya means after getting, having got, obtained. Sixth one, sampreshayitva is incorrect, and the correct form follows. Sampreshya, having sent, after sending properly. So you can say a sentence like patram sampreshya, having sent a letter, after mailing a letter. Seventh one, upaveshayitva is incorrect. Upaveshya, having made someone sit, after making someone be seated. Upaveshya. So anitva is incorrect. Aniya is correct. Aniya means nayati, taking, anaya, to bring, aniya, after bringing, having brought. Say, you can make a sentence like pustakam aniya pathami, having brought a book, I read the book. Pustakam aniya, granthalayat pustakam aniya, after bringing a book from the library, pathami, I read. So something like that. Aniya means having brought. Next one, pariveshayitva is incorrect. Parivesha is correct. Parivesha means having served food, or after having attended attending upon or serving somebody with food. So that is the meaning here. Pariveshya. Mata putraya annam pariveshya prasidati. Mother, having served food to the son, is pleased. Something like that. Pariveshya. Sangamayitva is incorrect. Sangamaya, having met. So after meeting somebody. So these are the senses. Samapayitva is incorrect. Samapya is correct. Samapya means having finished. After finishing. Patanam samapya chatraha gruham gacchati. Simple sentence I am giving you. Patanam samapya. After completing his study, chatraha gruham gacchati. Student goes home. Karyam samapya udyogi gruham gacchati. An employee, after finishing his job, goes home. So samapya means having finished, after finishing. So what is the next one? Samapya. 13th one. Samsmrutva is incorrect. And what is the correct? Follows. Samsmrutya, having remembered well, after remembering well. Samsmrutya, samyak smrutya. So you can make the sentence Gurum samsmrutya pathanam karomi. After saluting or after remembering well the teacher, I begin my study. So samsmrutya, devam samsmrutya, after remembering well the God, I do something, karyam karomi, etc. Then you have sammilitva. Sammilitva is wrong. And what is the right one? You can see on the monitor. Sammilya, having met. Similarly, samsthapayitva is incorrect. Samsthapya is correct. Samsthapya means having placed something, somewhere something. Vilikitva is incorrect. 16th. Prastitva is incorrect. Prasthaya is correct. Stha, to stay. Prastha means to move. Prasthaya means having started. Gruhat prasthaya, having started from home. Karyalayam gacchami, I go to the office. Starting from home, after starting from home, Gruhat prasthaya, having started from home. Karyalayam gacchami, I go to office. So prasthaya means after starting. Then vilikitva is incorrect. Vilikya is correct. Vilikya, having written. Patram vilikya preshayami, after writing a letter, I'll send it. Vilikya. If it were tva form, likitva. Patram likitva it becomes. But since it is lyap and there is clear So, I mean, there is clear preposition seen there, vi, so vilikya after writing. Then nirgatva, gatva is correct but not nirgatva. Nir is a preposition there. So nirgatya, having gone out, after going out. So nirgatya means coming out, going out. So vignatva becomes vignaya, having known. Vignaya means after knowing. Guroho jnanam vignaya, shastram vignaya, something like that. Guroho jnanam samskrita vyakara jnanam vignaya shastram patami. After knowing well from the teacher the knowledge of grammar, I study sciences. Guroho samskrita vyakarana jnanam samvignaya. Jnanam vignaya. After knowing Sanskrit knowledge from the teacher, shastram patami, I study science. So vignaya means having known, after knowing well. Vihasitva is wrong, hasitva is correct. Now, I'm sorry, vihasya is correct. If it were tvanta, hasitva is okay. If it is lyap, vi, since vi is a preposition here, vihasya, having laughed. Hasitva means also having laughed, vihasya. Upavishtva is wrong, upavishya is correct. Upavishya means after sitting. Aham asane upavishya bhashanam karomi. I am talking after being seated in a chair, after sitting in a chair. Asane upavishya, after having seated in a chair, pravachanam karomi, bhashanam karomi, samskritam patayami. I am teaching, I am talking, I am lecturing. So this is how these participle verbs are very, very useful in the learning of language. So all these correct forms are on the right side. You can see them. Next page. Then the Abhyasa 162 is coming here. We are going to, now there is an option given here. You pick up, since in the previous page you have seen what is incorrect and what is correct. Now you have to go by that and pick up the right correct word of lyap. Balakaha grihapatam nidrati. So there is a dash here. Balakaha grihapatam blank nidrati. That means boy sleeps after doing his homework. Grihapata is nothing but homework. Griha is home, pata is lesson, homework. So which one you think is correct? You have to pause and then decide upon. The first one is correct. Samapya, having finished. Boy having finished his homework sleeps. Boy sleeps having finished his homework. That is the correct order in English. I repeat it. A boy sleeps having done his homework, having finished his homework. Samapya means having finished and not samapayitva. Second one. Sa dwaram dash atithim satkaroti. So a lady opens the door and honors a guest. So which one between the two? Udghatayitva or udghatya? It should be the second one only. Udghatya. So sa dwaram udghatya. She having opened the door, atithim satkaroti. She honors the guest. She honors a guest having opened the door. That is the meaning of the sentence. She honors a guest having opened the door. Sa dwaram udghatya. Udghatana is opening. Opening the door. Third sentence. Janani putrebhyah dash bhojanam karoti. So what is Janani putrebhyah? We are analyzing this sentence. Bhojanam karoti. So there are two options as you can see in the book. One is pariveshya, another is pariveshayitva. And if you apply your reasoning, pariveshya is the correct. Janani putrebhyah pariveshya bhojanam karoti. After serving, mother eats after serving food to her sons. So pariveshya is the correct form. Fourth one. Chhatrah Vidyalayat dash dugdham pivati. So a student drinks milk after coming from school. So two options are there flashing at you, Agatva and Agatya. Agatva is wrong since it is Gatva is correct, Agatva is not correct. Agatya. So you repeat the sentence, Chhatrah Vidyalayat Agatya. A student having come from the school, what does he do? Dugdham pibati, he drinks milk. A student drinks milk having come from the school. That's the meaning. Fifth one, Sa paritoshikam dash anandam anubhavati. So there are two options here, Prapya and Praptva. Praptva is incorrect, Prapya is correct. Sa paritoshikam prapya. She having obtained a gift. Paritoshika is a gift here. She paritoshikam prapya, having obtained a gift, what does she do? She enjoys, or anandam anubhavati, she experiences happiness, joy. She enjoys having received a gift. That is the total meaning. Then we go to the sixth sentence, Bhagini dwaram dash rangavallim likati. Bhagini dwaram prakshalya, not prakshalayitva. Prakshalya means cleaning. So this is a custom in India where all the Indians, mostly Indians, Hindus, they do early in the morning clean up their veranda, the home, the ground before their homes, and put some drawings with some powder. So that is called Rangavalli. I do not think we have any word to translate into English. Rangavalli is nothing but Rangoli, what we call in Hindi Rangoli, which the women in India put before their homes, having cleaned the front portion before the entrance. So that is it. I'll read the sentence once again. Bhagini dwaram prakshalya. Bhagini means here sister. Dwara is door. Prakshalya, having cleansed, having cleaned the door, sister. Rangavallim likati, she draws the sketches of the what is called the Rangavalli. Different, different flowers, flowery designs, and chariot on some festival. We draw chariot and several. There are competitions. I told you in the previous class also. Competitions are held for girl students in schools and colleges for drawing these Rangavalli. Next, seventh one, Archakaha Vigraham dash Pujam Karoti. Archakaha is a worshipper, and then what is he doing? Vigraha is an idol. Vigraham Pratisthapya. Pratisthapya, worshipper in a temple, understood, having established an idol. Temple has an idol. A worshipper having established Pratisthapya means after establishing Vigraha, the idol in the temple, Pujam Karoti, then he worships it. So we have the Pratisthapana, establish the the establishing of the idol, and only then the worship takes place in the temples. Eighth sentence reads, Bhavati Patram dash Preshayati. Vilikitva is totally wrong. Likitva, Vilikya is correct. If you take without V, then Likitva it becomes Vilikya. What is the sentence? Bhavati Patram Vilikya Preshayati. You will send a letter after writing it. Bhavati is you in feminine gender. Bhavati Patram Vilikya. You having written a letter will send it. Ninth one reads Rama Ravanam. Which one you pick up? Samhrutya or Samhrutva. Samhrutva is totally wrong. Samhrutya. Ayodhyam Gacchati. Rama having killed Ravana goes to Ayodhya. Rama goes to Ayodhya after killing Ravana. So Ramaha Ravanam Samhrutya Ayodhyam Gacchati. 10th one is Sita Ramam dash Vanam Gacchati. Sita Ramam Two options as usual, Anusrutva and Anusrutya. Anusrutva is wrong, Anusrutya is right, the first one is right. Sita Ramam Anusrutya. Sita following Rama goes to the forest, Vanam Gacchati. Sita following Rama goes to the forest. 11th one, Tau Maranavartam Dukkam Anubhavataha. So, Tau means, what is Tau? It's a pronoun we have come across several times. Saha, Tau, Te. Tau means those two people. Men, those two. Men. Maranavartam Vignaya, not Vignatva, second one is correct, Vignaya. Those two having known the news, having come to know the news of death, Maranavarta, Dukkham Anubhavataha. They experience sadness or sorrow. Now, who are those two? That is immaterial here. Those two, on coming to know this death news, experience dukkha. 12th one, Mahila Petikam dash Chauryam Karoti. Oh, sorry. Mahila Petikam dash Abharanam Pashyati. So, what is the options given here? Udghatya and Udghatayitva. First one is correct. Udghatya. Bhargav, you can also use the mouse there. Mahila Petikam Udghatya Abharanam Pashyati. A woman sees her ornaments having opened the box. Petikam Udghatya. So what is the option? First option is correct. Udghatya. After Udghatya means opening. This word came earlier also. Dwaram Udghatya. After opening the door. Petikam Udghatya. After opening the box. She sees her ornaments. 13th one. Chora Raja Bhavanam dash Chauryam Karoti. Now Pravishtva is totally wrong. Pravishya is correct. Choraha Raja Bhavanam Pravishya. A thief having entered the palace, what does he do? Chauryam Karoti. He commits theft. A thief commits theft having entered the palace. So Raja Bhavanam Pravishya. Pravishya means entering. After entering, having entered. So this is how you have to decide which is correct and which is incorrect. 14th one. Sevakaha Vriksham dash Phalani Avachinoti. Vriksham Aruhya. First one is correct. Sevakaha Vriksham Aruhya. What is Aruhya? Having climbed. A servant collects the fruits having climbed a tree. Having climbed a tree, the servant collects the fruits. Phalani avachinoti, he collects them, he cuts them. And the last one in this page, Guruhu Sishyam dash Gacchati. Guruhu, the first one is wrong, Adhyapayitva is wrong, Adhyapya. What is Adhyapya? Having taught, after teaching. A teacher goes off having taught the student. A teacher goes off having taught his student. Guruhu Sishyam Adhyapya Gacchati. Kutra Gacchati, where does he go is not there. Guruhu Sishyam Adhyapya Gacchati. A teacher goes off having taught his student. So this way you have learnt, we have seen several forms of Lyap Pratyanta, Levanta, what we call Levanta, and also Ktvanta in the previous pages. Now more, I think enough practice has been done with regard to Tvanta and Levanta. Remember, the meaning always comes having done or after doing, after going, having gone. In English we understand that way. Take for example the last sentence here, Guruhu Sishyam Adhyapya Gruham Gacchati or Gacchati, something like Ashramam Gacchati, Gruham Gacchati. So a teacher goes to his home having taught his student, something like that. Now a new, another participle verb is being introduced in the following page 289 with the Chaturtha Stavakaha, the chapter also changing to 4th here. So watch, it is called Tumun Prayogaha, on the right of the page it is there. This is also very useful and very often used in language. What is Tumun? Tumun is in English the infinitive of purpose. We call it in English grammar infinitive of purpose, and mostly expressed by the preposition to. I want to go, I want to read. Aham gantum ichchami, aham patitum ichchami. I wish to read, I wish to read. Aham patitum ichchami. I like to sit. Aham upaveshtum ichchami. So wherever this tumun, it is a very, very useful participle and pratyaya coming in Sanskrit language, and more sentences can be understood and studied with this. Now there are some examples given here. Let us analyze them. 6 pictorial examples are given here with pictures. Vatsaha kshiram patum ichchati. Now we have a cow here with a calf. So the sentence says here, Vatsa is calf, kshira is milk, patum ichchati. The Vatsa, calf, wishes to drink milk from the mother cow. Vatsaha, calf, kshiram patum ichchati, likes to drink the milk from the mother cow. So where is the tumun here? Patum. You can see very easily, the sound is visible, very easily seen. The picture patum. Patum. From the verb pa. From pa we get patum. The tumun, what we are calling tumun, is the name of the participle from which you are left with tum, only this sound. This comes here. You can say pa plus tum, patum. Like that we will analyze. What is the next sentence? Choraha dhavitum ichchati. See, from the dhava verb you add tum, you get dhavitum. Some changes are there. There are grammatical changes. We will understand later. Dhavitum, to run. What is the meaning here? Patum, to drink. Dhavitum. Ichchati. So what I am trying to show you, it's very easy to identify from the text the tumun pratyaya, tumun participle, because it is there as it is as tum. Sometimes it in sandhi it may change to stum, pravesh tum. We will see some examples where it is not exactly retained as tum only. We will see the third pictorial example here. Gopalakaha dugdham datum gacchati. So here is a cowherd going to give milk to people. Gopalakaha is a cowherd, dugdham is milk, datum to give, for the sake of giving, gacchati. You know, in our India, the cowherds take their cows or buffaloes to the residence of the customers and milk the cow or buffalo right before the house is there. With that is the background of this sentence. What we call the cowherds here, they go directly, they come to our home and milk the milk from the milk. They take out the milk and give it directly to the customer. So something like that. Here Gopalakaha dugdam datum, to give. Now datum you have to understand here, which is to be highlighted. Next sentence. Chhatraha patitum vidyalayam gacchati. Chhatraha, you know by now, as a student. Patitum, to study, for studying. Vidyalayam gacchati, goes to the school. A student goes to school for studying or to study. To study. Either you translate by to study or for study. Then picture of a lady dancing here, and she seems to be saying this sentence, Aham nartitum shaknomi. I am able to dance. The sentence means Aham nartitum, to dance, shaknomi, capable. I am capable to dance. or I am capable of dancing. Nartitum, to dance, from the nrit dhatu, verbal root. And the last picture showing here is aham etani khaditum shaknomi. The girl is pointing out to some eatables there, and she says aham etani khaditum shaknomi. I can eat, I am capable to eat these things. Literally translating, I am capable to eat these things. Etani, these, khaditum, to eat, shaknomi, I am capable. So I am capable to eat these things, says the girl. They are all sweets in a box, there are sweet boxes there. Next page. Now Abhyasa changes here, 163. Now you have to do some exercise here. 15 sentences are given and 15 words are given in the box. You pick up the suitable word from the box and rewrite the following sentences shown in the example. 2 are already done for you. Saha patanam ichchati. Saha patitum ichchati. How does a simple sentence in Sanskrit can be expressed in the present participle tumun? What we are learning today is tumun. Tumun participle is given as an example. Saha patanam ichchati. In the first sentence, saha is he, ichchati wants or wishes. What does he wish or what does he want? Patanam ichchati, he wants reading. He likes reading. Patanam is reading. This is a verbal noun derived from the verb patanam, gamanam, etc. So that can be easily converted into a infinitive verb, infinitive purpose verb, that is tumunanta prayoga. Saha patitum ichchati. Instead of saying saha patanam ichchati, he likes reading, we can also say he likes to read. Saha patitum ichchati. He likes to read. He wishes to read. So another is also given. Saha ganam ichchati. He likes singing. He likes a song. He likes a song. And that same idea can be expressed. Saha gatum ichchati. Gatum ichchati. He likes to sing. So the sense of gatum, to sing, ichchati, he wishes. So we go here. Look at the third sentence. Saha, all are saha only here. So he, no, she is given. Saha lekhanam ichchati. So how would we convert this? She likes writing. So she likes to write, we have to say saha lekhitum ichchati. This lekhanam can be converted into tumun as lekhitum ichchati. Saha kathanam ichchati. See, all these words which are listed here, lekhanam, kathanam, gamanam, panam, khadanam, danam, they are the nouns derived from the verbs, verbal nouns they are. So we can easily turn them into tumun. Lekhanam becomes lekhitum. Fourth one, saha kathanam ichchati. He likes telling. Kathanam means talking or telling. He likes talking, he likes telling, speaking. So saha kathaitum ichchati. Kathaitum ichchati. He likes to speak or narrate or what. Fifth one, saha gamanam ichchati. He likes going. What does it mean? He likes going means he likes to go. What is it? Saha gantum ichchati. This changes to gantum ichchati. I will write all these forms after reading this. Sixth one, saha panam ichchati. Panam is drink. He likes drinking. So saha patum ichchati. He likes to drink. Patum ichchati. Saha jalam patum ichchati. He likes to drink water. You can say saha dugdam patum ichchati. He likes to drink milk, etc. Then seventh one, saha khadanam ichchati. Khadanam is eating. He likes eating. Instead of, we will convert into tumun saying saha khaditum ichchati. He likes to eat. Saha modakam khaditum ichchati. He likes to eat a sweet. Saha annam khaditum ichchati. Saha he likes to eat food, something. Khadanam is food, eating. Then the eighth one, Saha Dhanam Ichchati, he likes charity. Dana. Dana is a simple word. Dana is charity. He likes charity, donation. So he likes to donate, we will make it. Saha Dhatum Ichchati, he likes to donate. Dhatum. Then we have ninth one, Saha Hasanam Ichchati. How does this change? It changes to Hasitum Ichchati. Saha Hasitum. He likes laughing. He likes to laugh. Saha Hasitum Ichchati. 10th one. Saha Chalanam Ichchati. He likes walking. Chalana is walking. So we say it is Saha Chalitum Ichchati. Saha Chalitum Ichchati. He likes to walk. 11th one. Saha Kridanam Ichchati. He likes playing. He likes to play. Saha Kriditum Ichchati. Saha Dhavanam Ichchati. He likes running. Dhavanam is running. He wants to run. You want to say Saha Dhavitum Ichchati. Ichchati is likes or wishes. 13th one. Saha Karanam Ichchati. He likes doing. He wants to do. Saha Kartum Ichchati. Saha Kartum Ichchati. And 14th one. Saha Darshanam Ichchati. He likes seeing. He wants to see. We want to say Saha Drastum Ichchati. And finally, Saha Archanam Ichchati. He likes worshipping. He wants to worship. Saha Architum Ichchati. So these are third two. They are all given here on the box. You can see them. All are given. Kriditum, Dhavitum, Kartum, Drastum. You pick up one after the other. They are also numbered. Very easy. So Hasitum, Datum, Khaditum, Kataitum, Gantum, Patum, etc. So we move on to the next here. Page. So Tumun is a very, as I said, a useful participle coming here, and we are doing the next exercise 164. Again, you pick up from the bottom box and use the correct one, the verb given in the bracket. Vayam, one is done for you. Vayam nartitum ichhamaha. We like to dance, which means that. Vayam, we, nartitum, to dance, ichhamaha, like, we like to dance. Coming from the root verb nrit, to dance, nrit, which is given in the bracket, nartitum. Now I find here in the box down there, all the Tumun forms are jumbled up here, not given in serial order as in the immediate previous page. They are also numbered in the immediate previous page, but not here. So you have to pick up. How do you pick up? You read the verb given in the bracket, go by it. Second one, Saha dash Ichchati. What is the verb given? Khada. Search for. That is the fourth one in the box. Fourth one, Khaditum. Right? Saha Khaditum Ichchati. He likes to eat. So you have to simply identify and put it in the right form. I mean in the blank. Third one, Te Gruham Ichchanti. Gum. What is the verb? Tum for first verb. First one given in the down box. Te Gruham Gantum Ichchanti. Gantum. They wish to go home. They want to go home. Gantum, to go. Ichchanti. Since te is plural, Ichchanti is used there. Yuyam kim Ichchata. Crew. Crew. Where is crew form? That is the ninth one here in the box. Ninth. Kartum. You got it? Kartum. Yuyam kim kartum Ichchata. What do you all like to do? That is the meaning. What do you all like to do? Rama prangane dash Ichchati. Krida verb has to be used. Kriditum. Where is it? Kriditum. Last verb, last tumun verb in the box. Rama is the name of a girl. Prangane, in the veranda. Kriditum Ichchati. Rama likes to play in the veranda. Sixth one, Deveshaha Chalachitram Ichchati. Drush. What is the verb you have to pick up? Drastum. And search where drastum is. It is the 8th one in the box. Deveshaha chalachitram drastum ichchati. Devesh is the name of a person here. Devesh likes to see a movie. Devesh likes to see a movie. Where is to see? Drastum. Drush changes to drastum. 7th one. Saha asane dash ichchati. Upavish. Upavish to sit. So use the correct form. Pick up upa. Where is that? The 7th one. It is 7th one in the box. Upavestum. So saha asane upavestum ichchati. He likes to sit on the chair. He likes to sit on the chair. Asane, on the chair. 8th one. Saha slokam. Shravaya verb is given in the bracket. How does it change to Shravayitum? 2nd one. 2nd in the box. Saha slokam Shravayitum ichchati, which means he likes to recite a poem. He likes to recite a poem. Shravayitum is reciting. Then 9th one. Saha Geetam ichchati. Ga. The verb ga is given, which changes to gatum. Where is gatum? Search the 5th one in the box. Saha Geetam gatum ichchati. He likes to sing a song. Which means this. He likes to ichchati sing, to sing gatum geetam song. He likes to sing a song. 10th one. Saha vastrani, and the bracketed verb you have to use prakshalaya. What is the meaning of prakshalaya? To wash, to cleanse. Saha vastrani prakshalayitum, the 3rd verb from the box. Saha vastrani prakshalayitum ichchati. He wishes or he likes to wash his clothes. Wash the clothes. He likes to wash the clothes. Then 11th one. Saha, this may be surprising to non-Indians. Mostly in India, clothes are washed by men and machines do wash, but rarely in few homes. Most of the time, we Indians wash our own clothes. Either we wash or our domestic servants wash them. But whereas in the Western culture, it is all mechanized, all machines only wash. There is no manual washing. So the sentence is based on that. He likes to wash the clothes. 11th one. Saha samacharam ichchati. Shru means to listen. He likes to listen to the news. Saha samacharam shrotum ichchati. Where is shrotum? The 6th one in the box. Saha samacharam shrotum ichchati. He likes to listen to the news. Samachara is news. Then the last one in the page. Saha uttaram dash ichchati. Gna. Gna, to know. And the verb we have to pick up is the 8, 9, 10, 11th one. 11th one. Gnatum. Simply tum gets added here. Gna, to know. Gnatum, to know. In order to know, for knowing. Saha uttaram gnatum ichchati. He likes to know the answer. He likes to know the answer. Saha uttaram gnatum ichchati. So this is how the tumun, what is called the infinitive purpose verbs, participle verbs, are used. And the derivation we have seen in the 2 pages. Some more abhyasa, some more practice is there in the next page also, in the next and the next also. Now again, you are helped here, since this is a book mostly meant for self-learning. All the words are given readily, you have to pick up, and I am there only to help you out, those who are watching and learning from the class here. Now we go without any further instruction reading. You have to pick up the correct word from the bottom box and then add them. One is given for you. Aham patitum vidyalayam gacchami. Now here, the purpose of going to school, the purpose of going to college, the purpose of going to office, etc. All these purposes can be expressed in Sanskrit by this participle tumun. So patanartham, for the sake of, which literally means, patanartham means for the reading, for the sake of reading. Shayanartham, for the sake of sleeping. Vandanartham, for the sake of saluting, respecting. Archanartham, for the sake of worshipping. Khadanartham, for the sake of eating. Kartanartham, for the sake of cutting. Karshanartham, for drawing. Rakshanartham, for the sake of protecting. So this is how the sense comes here. In these senses, for the sake of, also we can use this tumun. And these examples serve this purpose. Aham patitum vidyalayam gacchami. Aham kimartham vidyalayam gacchami. What for am I going? Aham patitum vidyalayam gacchami. I am going to the school to read, for reading, for the sake of reading, you can say. Second one, saha gacchati shayanartham. Shayanartham means for the sake of sleeping. He goes to sleep, you want to say. He is going for the sake of sleeping. So which one you pick up? Second one, shayitum. Aham shayitum gacchami. I am going to sleep. That's it. Saha shayitum gacchati. If it is saha shayitum gacchati. If it is aham gacchami. Aham shayitum gacchami. And by the way, I repeat once, these three participles, starting from tvanta, lep, which we have just done in this class, and the present one tumun, they can be used with any person, any number, which I have very stressingly told you in the previous class. There is no binding as far as the person or the gender is concerned. So if I say shayitum, I can use in first person. Shayitum I can use in second person. Tvam shayitum gacchasi. Aham shayitum gacchami. Saha shayitum gacchati. Sa shayitum gacchati. Te shayitum gacchanti. Anywhere it comes. And it's so handy that way. Third sentence. Te gacchanti. Vandanartham. So vandanartham becomes vanditum. They are going to salute. They are going to pay obeisance. Vandana. Te vanditum gacchanti. Vanditum, you put it that way. Saha vanditum gacchati. Make it singular. Saha vanditum gacchati. Make it second person. Tvam vanditum gacchasi. Make it first person. Aham vanditum gacchami. I am going to pay my respect, etc. Fourth sentence. Taha mandiram gacchanti archanartham. Archanartham, for the sake of worshipping. So, taha is, what is taha subject here? A little pause and again check your abhyasa. Taha is those females, female person. Taha balikaha, taha mahilaha, whatever. The subject is not given here. Let us suppose taha mahilaha, those women. Archanartham becomes architum, the fourth one. Here the sequence is given. Orderly, the tumun words are given, enlisted. So fourth one, for the fourth sentence, taha architum, to worship, for the sake of worshipping, mandiram gacchanti. Those women are going to the temple to worship or for the sake of worshipping. Next, fifth one, bidalaha khadanartham. Khaditum bhojanalayam pravishati. Bidalaha is a cat here. A cat enters some restaurant for the sake of eating some food there. Bhojanartham. So here khaditum is the khadanartham. Bidalaha khaditum, fifth verb. Bhojanalayam pravishati. A cat enters a restaurant to eat. Sixth one, mushakaha, a mouse, a rat. Kartanartham. Kartanartham, for cutting. So kartitum, kartayitum, it becomes. So a mouse, what is given? Agachati. Mushakaha agachati, comes. A mouse is coming to cut. To cut what? Some wire, something, some cloth, etc. So mushakaha kartayitum agachati, is coming to cut. Krushakaha, Mushakaha and Krushakaha. There is a lot of similarity except one syllable here. Mu, Kuru. But Mushaka destroys, Krushaka creates food. Krushaka is a farmer, Mushaka is a rat here. Krushakaha kshetram gacchati. What for is a farmer goes to the field? What for does he go? Karshanartham, for plowing the field. Karshana here means plowing. So you take the krastum, Krushakaha krastum. Where does he go? Kshetram gacchati. A farmer goes to the field for the sake of plowing. Krastum, to plow. The farmer goes to plow to the fields. Next. Te, eighth one, we are reading. Dware tishtanti rakshanartham. So rakshanartham, for protecting, for the sake of protecting. Te rakshitum dware tishtanti. They stand at the door to protect. They stand at the door to protect. Rakshitum. So rakshanartha becomes rakshitum. And the ninth one, Vayam dash prataha uttisthamaha smaranartham, for remembering. Vayam, then what is the verb? Smaranartham. Smartum, the ninth one. Vayam smartum prataha uttisthama. We get up early morning to remember. So it is also proved that whatever you study early in the morning is retained for long. There will be no disturbance. Daytime we have a lot of disturbance. So early morning study, early morning any practice is welcome, is always recommended. So Vayam smartum prataha uttishtama. We get up in the morning to remember things well. Next, the 10th one. Ete Vishwanatha Mandiram dash Kashim Gachanti Darshanartham. Darshanartham, for seeing, for visiting, for seeing. So Kashi is the place of Lord Shiva in India, where Vishwanatha. Kashi is basically known. So Vishwanath Mandir is there. So what is saying? Ete, these people, drashtum, Vishwanatha Mandiram drashtum, to see the temple of Vishwanath. Kashim Gachanti, going to Kashi. These people are going to Kashi to see the Vishwanath temple. Mandir is temple. So drashtum is given there for darshanartham. 11th one, Sa Pakashalam Gacchati. She goes to the Pakashala, means kitchen. What for does she go? Paktum, Pachanartham, for cooking. For the sake of cooking becomes to cook. Paktum, Sa Paktum Pakashalam Gacchati. She goes to the kitchen to cook. Simply means Paktum means to cook. And the last one, Yuvakaha Chayam dash Upahara Gruham Gacchati. Upahara Gruham means tiffin center here. This is small. This is tiffin center here. Yuvakaha, a young man, Patum, to drink chayam. Chayam means tea. Well, a young chap goes to a roadside restaurant to drink tea. Upahara Gruham is a tiffin center, a small restaurant. So a young chap goes to a restaurant to drink tea. Patum, Chayam Patum, to drink tea. Upahara Gruham Gacchati. So these are the senses in which all these verbs are converted very conveniently into tumun. How much time?
4:10.
No, left 5 minutes. So tumun is very, very useful in the learning of the language and many things. So we can also go to the next Abhyasa 166, page 293. Now fill in the blanks using tumun suffix as shown in the example. Now one is already done for you. What is the first one? Balakah Vidyalayam Gacchati Patati. There are two statements made here. Balakah Vidyalayam Gacchati Patati. This can be also combined by adding one conjunction here. Balakah Vidyalayam Gacchati Patati Cha. If I use removing the full stop. What is full stop in Sanskrit? This line. This one line is full stop. So if I remove this, Gacchati, I will remove it. Patati cha. If I can also make like this. But that is not we are supposed to do here. Balakaha Vidyalayam Gacchati Patati. Now, is converted. There is also a question here, interrogative question made out of this. Saha kimartam vidyalayam gacchati. So the next sentence you watch it, it says Saha kimartham vidyalayam gacchati. What for does he go to the school? Kimartham means what for? Saha kimartham, for what purpose does he go to the school? The answer is there. Balakaha patitum vidyalayam gacchati. Boy goes to the school to study. Boy goes to study to the school. Or you can also translate into English. Boy goes to the school in order to study. For the sake of studying. So in different senses we can understand. Boy goes to the school for studying. In order to study. For the sake of studying. Okay, then let's analyze the second one. First one, that is only example. Saha apanam gacchati phalani anayati. So there is a person here. Saha apanam gacchati. He goes to the bazaar, market. Apana is market. Phalani anayati. Brings fruits. So what is the purpose of that person's going to the market? So his question, Saha kimartham apanam gacchati. What for does he go to the market? Saha phalani, and then you turn anetum, to bring. So anayati verb has to be changed to tumun form as anetum. Now anetum, to bring. Saha phalani anetum apanam gacchati. He goes to the market for bringing the fruits. So the verb will be, I am only verbally saying, I will write it maybe in the next class, if time permits. Then the second one, Saha snana gruham gacchati snati. He goes to the snana gruha. Snana gruha means bathroom. Saha snana gruham gacchati snati, and bathes himself. So there is a question made out of this. Saha kimartham snana gruham gacchati. What for does he go to the bathroom? Saha, so the answer, Saha snatum. Snatum snana gruham gacchati. He goes to the bathroom for bathing, for the sake of bathing. Snanartham gacchati, etc. So we use here snatum. Third one, Rama chitralayam gacchati chalachitram pashyati. A girl or lady's name Rama. Rama chitralayam gacchati. Rama goes to the cinema house. Chitram pashyati. Chalachitram pashyati. Chalachitram movie. She sees a movie. Rama goes to a theatre and sees a movie. What for Rama goes to the theatre? That is a question. Sa kimartam chitralayam gacchati. What for does she go to the theatre? Then sa chalachitram drashtum. Drashtum, to see. Chitralayam gacchati. She goes to the theatre to for seeing a movie. In order to see a movie. Sa chalachitram drashtum. So we use the verb there. Drashtum chitralayam gacchati. Then which one? Aham, fourth. Aham chitralayam gacchami. I go to a theatre and chalachitram pashyami. Same sentence in first person. Aham chitralayam gacchami chalachitram pashyami. So the question Tvam kimartam chitralayam gacchasi. What for are you going to the theatre? So the answer is aham chalachitram drashtum chitralayam gacchami. I go to a theatre for seeing a movie, for the sake of seeing a movie. Drashtum, again drashtum will be there. Then fifth one, Ishvaraha pruthivyam avatarati bhaktan rakshati. Now this is a sentence. Ishvaraha here means God. Pruthivyam avatarati. He comes down to the earth. Bhaktan rakshati. He protects his devotees. So this is a typical Indian strong belief. We believe in God descending, coming down, and we call it as incarnation. And we believe God has taken several incarnations, which are sometimes praised in and counted as Dashavataras, 10 avatars, and there are many more avatars also. So God descends down, comes down in order to protect his devotees. That is the belief, and this belief is also backed up by a statement given in the Bhagavad Gita by Lord Sri Krishna. Yada yada dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham. This sloka gives the testimony to this statement that God, whenever there is a decline in the righteousness, and whenever the unrighteousness increases, God comes down to set the things right, says the Bhagavad Gita. So that is it. Ishvaraha pruthivyam avatarati. God comes down and protects his devotees. Saha kimartam pruthivyam avatarati. What for does he? For what purpose does God come down? So saha bhaktan rakshitum. Rakshati becomes rakshitum. Pruthivyam avatarati. He descends onto the earth. Gajaha jalashayam gacchati jalam pivati. An elephant goes to water body and drinks milk. Drinks water. Jalashayam gacchati jalam pivati. So questioning, saha kimartam jalashayam gacchati. What for does an elephant go to the water body? Then saha jalam patum. Pivati becomes patum jalashayam gacchati. The elephant goes to the water, say pool or water body, water pond, whatever it is, jalashaya, a reservoir of water, to drink for the sake of drinking water. Is it time over? Okay. We'll stop here.